All right, so I'm Danny Quinn. I'm a senior partner at a financial services company called Holborn Assets. We are primarily headquartered in the Middle East, but got all offices all over the world. So I'm a senior partner there. So I've got kind of two roles. I kind of run a team of IFAs. Currently got about 10 I look after. In my other side, I'm a financial advisor in my own right. So that's what I'm doing. Been in the industry 20 years now for my sins. Currently based in Dubai. So yeah.
And with that accent, you're obviously not originally from Dubai, no?
No, you may have guessed I'm not originally from Dubai. I'm from a little town in Ayrshire in Scotland. So I'm currently in Scotland at the moment during this lockdown. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying grey, cloudy weather, surprisingly.
That is surprising. All right. Listen, thanks for jumping on with us today, Danny. That's great. I think you've been involved in the Adviser Accelerator program for maybe 2.5 months or so now, approximately. Would that be about right?
Yeah.
What sort of challenges or issues or problems did you have sort of within your business or within your organization that you were looking to solve originally?
I think, I've always been quite tech focused, and what I'm seeing a lot of, and particularly with the team of guys I run, a lot of the guys are a bit older. Some of them are in their 50s and 60s, and they're pretty old school in terms of the way that they attract business and try and acquire new clients. And all the old stuff like referrals and email marketing. Email marketing is probably still a bit more advanced than what it used to be, but I found that some of the old methods don't work as well these days. As a company, we don't cold call or anything like that. We try and kind of keep our reputation quite good in that sense. So it's quite hard to acquire new clients. So we do all the usual stuff, like we try and do marketing events and the usual stuff like referrals and introducers and all that stuff. But certainly I know that there's definitely a shift towards the online business, particularly social media, and acquiring clients in that way. So it's something that I'm very aware that we need to learn and become masters of for the future, and certainly into the next, going forward, it's something we just have to learn. So I think you can hear my 2-year-old in the background there.
That's all right. As I said, my 2-year-old's at childcare today, so he won't be joining us, but that's fine. No problems at all. Okay, and so you're obviously aware of what you needed to do, or what that social media had the potential for you. And is there any reason why you maybe started to look a little bit more at LinkedIn as a channel for yourselves?
I've looked at quite a few things. I've looked at Facebook, I've looked at Twitter, I looked at Instagram. I just found that I think the likes of Facebook, the platform is more for educational, not educational, sorry, entertainment purposes. Certainly I use Facebook for entertainment purposes, and probably not if I was looking for a service or something. I probably would use Facebook for that. So I just felt that the type of clientele that I'd be looking for, LinkedIn would be the best, because you can target certain job titles that they're maybe higher net worth. So I think I quite like the targeting side of LinkedIn.
Excellent. And how did you come across ourselves and our course, do you recall?
Well, it was actually one of my team who, I don't know how he came across you, but he referred you on to me, and it was just at the beginning of lockdown, and he said, there's this LinkedIn course I'm doing. I thought, all right, okay, I've done LinkedIn courses before, whatever. So I had a quick look at it, and I thought, now this is actually quite good. So I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. It's during lockdown. I've got quite a lot of time in my hands. Let's go for it. Yeah. So that's how it started.
And what did you, as you say, you've looked at other courses and so on before, what did you maybe think was different about sort of the approach that we were doing?
I think that there was some similarities in the courses I've done before, in terms of like what you're saying about the strap line and how to optimize your front page, what do they call it, the profile page or whatever it is. So I think some of that was kind of standard, and a lot of courses show you that. But I think for me the differences was primarily the automated software and how to build conversations without any effort and without much legwork being done by me, and also the integration with Sales Navigator. It was very targeted and focused. So I like that side of it. I like the fact that you can, the end result is that you can do a campaign and the worst case scenario, you get no leads. But on the flip side, you maybe gain 200, 300, 400 new contacts. So I like that. So yeah, that's what was different, I thought.
And how is the process of coming on board? Was it fairly straightforward?
Coming on board to what? Sorry, the
course. And
yeah, I thought it was pretty easy. I'm a big believer in doing things in small kind of chunks, bite-sized chunks, as people say. I like the size of the videos, 20, 30 minutes, easy to understand, easy to break down. There was no jargon involved. I'm a big believer in simplifying things, so I like that. I like the format of it.
Excellent. And in terms of the overall structure, you say it's obviously videos and cheat sheets and checklists and everything else. You found it relatively easy to consume. Did it take you long to get through the course, particularly? Officially, obviously, it's a 6-week course. I suspect you went through it a bit faster than that.
Yeah, I did it in fits and starts. I think I did like 2 or 3 weeks in one go, and then I left it for a week or two, and then I done another 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, it took me. I was speaking to someone the other day. I was recommending to it. And I said, it's a 6-week course, but you could probably do it in a week, actually, or less than that. If you could probably do 1 week a day if you really wanted to, and it wouldn't be that hard, really. But yeah, I liked it. It was great content, and it was just enough. You weren't overloaded. The cheat sheets were great as well. I really liked them. I liked the Boolean thing. That was cool, the way he showed us how to exclude certain things and target people properly. That's something I didn't know about.
Yeah, and it's really powerful when you use it right as well. The Boolean searches and how to really set that up. Yeah, that can really change your targeting. It just gives it a much more of a granular level to go with. And so I think it took you a couple of weeks to get your campaign probably up and running realistically. Would that be right from getting started?
Yeah, probably would do.
Give or take. Okay, and how did the campaign go? I think you kind of played around with it and did a few sort of different versions of your campaign, didn't you?
I've done 3 so far. So the first one was I thought I would target my local area, Dubai, targeting kind of high net worth executives, business owners, that sort of thing. The first one went okay. I was really just kind of familiarising myself with the system and how it worked. I think I had about 1,300 as a target audience, and I got about 300-400 connecting. So the numbers were quite good in that sense. The conversion, I'm still working through the conversions, to be honest. I think I got 5 or 6 people coming back showing some sort of interest or having a conversation or give me a call sort of thing. So I got 5 or 6 leads out of it. And I'm still to convert any of them, to be honest. I've spoken to most of them. A few of them were like, oh, I'm outside Dubai, give me a call after the summer. So it was okay. But I think we had a conversation after that, and I think probably I needed to tweak a few things in my profile. I think you give me advice to be more specific and make a few tweaks to that. I actually haven't done that. You need to give me a slap on the wrist.
Hold you accountable,
yeah. So I haven't done that yet, but I think it's trial and error. The second campaign, I thought, right, I'm going to, through this whole COVID situation, Zoom has opened up the world to us. So why don't I target people in high-risk countries like Nigeria and Afghanistan and Yemen and places like this? So I gave that a go, and again it was kind of mixed success again. I think I got a few leads from that, but again I think I just need to tweak a few things. And then on the third one, I thought, well, because part of my role involves recruitment, I thought, well, I could use this for recruitment purposes. And to be honest, that was very successful. I managed to I've recruited so far 2 people, but I actually have 40. I've got 40 conversations that I'm doing at the moment. I'm working my way through them. I think I've had about 40. Yeah, 40.
40 people come back.
Yeah. saying, yeah, happy to have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a little process now where I then email them info in the company, and then I say, like, let's arrange a Zoom call. So I'm going through that process. I've probably had about 7 or 8 phone calls so far, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
working my way through the rest, and two have joined. So it's been great so far.
So you've ran a recruitment campaign using the process that we set up. You got 40 overall targeted responses from the sort of people that you wanted to speak to. And based off that generated, as you say, 8 or 9 conversations with people, and you've already recruited 2 people on board from that. And are you hoping or are looking to convert more, or is that your...
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so from that 40 people, 2 have converted. I've written off about 7 or 8. They're not suitable, but I've got about 30 people still to speak to. So if I can get another 2 or 3 out of that, happy days.
Wow. So you could end up recruiting 4 or 5 people directly from one single campaign, essentially. And how long did you even run that campaign for? You probably ran it for a couple of weeks, did you?
I think it was round about 2 weeks, yeah. I think that my hit list was about just over 1,000 people. I got quite a high connection rate on that. Obviously, I changed the messages to suit people in my industry, and I can talk a bit of jargon with them because some people like to talk shop. So I did that. My article that you recommended I did was quite industry centric as well. So quite a lot of people could identify with what I was saying there. So yeah, it worked really well.
Excellent. So you've essentially run 3 completely different campaigns, is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
one in Dubai,
I have. Yeah,
one more internationally, and then one focused on recruitment. The recruitment one probably has different sort of geographic focus then as well, does it? It's not necessarily a Middle East focused campaign, is it?
No, it was a worldwide campaign because what I'm looking to do is build up a team of people that can work remotely worldwide. So I was talking to people in Mexico City, I was talking to someone in Lithuania, and all over in crazy locations that you wouldn't think there was people, let alone financial advisor. So I had some great funny conversations, not funny, but just interesting people like in African countries, just because I'm just looking to build a team of people that maybe they can just work themselves, but with a backup on my company as well. So
before running this sort of recruitment campaign, on LinkedIn, what methods were you using for recruitment? Like, did you have other channels?
To be honest, we're always encouraged to recruit, and I've actually never really done it, if I'm being honest. I mean, the only way that would be kind of people I know from the industry that are maybe working locally, and because I've always been with the one company, I don't really know other IFAs with other companies. So I know a lot of my kind of peers, other managers, they recruit from other companies maybe they were at before. But I don't have that luxury because I've always been with the same company. So to be honest, I didn't really recruit before. So this is my first foray into recruiting.
Excellent. And it is a responsibility of your role, though, is it, to recruit and to develop the team?
It is, and yeah, we're encouraged to do it, albeit we do have an external recruitment department, but it reflects very well on me if I was to recruit. So it looks great that I've recruited more people. So with your help, you'll make me look good. So I'm quite pleased with that. And actually, I've became a bit of a poster boy because we have a global Zoom meeting every week. There's about 35 managers on the global Zoom meeting, and I was talking to the CEO, and I told him what I was doing with this recruitment. And of course, they made a good example of me, saying, "Look at Danny, he's recruiting his own people using LinkedIn, etc., etc." So yeah, they've looked on it very favourably towards me in recruiting. So.
Excellent. Well, that can only be a good thing then, which is good.
Yeah, I just need to get a raise now.
I can't help you with that. All right. And so listen, you've obviously used the course in different ways. I think you've even referred a few people in your team into the course as well. I know a few of them we're getting involved, which is brilliant. So we really appreciate that. If you were talking to somebody else who's maybe on the fence about looking at the course or whether they should get involved, what sort of advice would you have?
It depends on what I would say is if you're serious about being a career financial advisor, you're going to have to change your ways, change your methods. The world is changing. The way that the industry works is changing, sales is changing. Most people are now using social media to get information, and it's all about kind of becoming an authority figure and becoming more a kind of not sales. The old style of a salesperson is dying out. We now need to become an authority figure and someone who creates value and provides value initially. So I think the old model of selling is dying out, and we all really need to embrace this new model, especially with social media. And if you want to be successful in the future, I think that's going to be the way that you're going to have to go. So become a master. I mean, it's a bit like anything in life. I'm very much into success and making the best of yourself. And I do a lot of study on that. And part of what I believe is to master certain areas. And like even when it comes to finances, I say to people, you should become a master of your own finances. Go and learn about it. Watch YouTube. But so if we look at this, what your question is, we as IFAs need to become masters of social media. We need to learn. We need to become the best. And I think cream rises to the top. If you become the best, then you'll be very successful.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. All right, listen, thanks very much for jumping on with us today. Really appreciate it, all the way from your Scottish home via the Middle East, of course, you know. So I really appreciate that. Thanks very much.
No problem.